Hey everyone, welcome back. It's me, the part-time economist, and in a previous video I showed you how to add titles, subtitles, labels, everything like that to the plots you create in the R programming language. But there's a problem. I didn't show you how to change the appearance of those elements. So you've got a title and you've got a subtitle, but they are all the way to the left of your graph. They are in a boring font. There is no popping color. So we want to change all of those things, and that is exactly what I'm going to show you how to do in today's video. For your convenience, I'm also going to link a blog post that has sample code. So instead of making you type all of this code by hand, I'm going to link to the blog post. You can copy, paste the sample code, change it as you need, everything like that. I am here to make your life easier. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, we need to do a very brief amount of housekeeping work. We need to pull the Tidyverse and Palmer Penguins package into our workspace. And then what we're going to do here is we are going to create a very basic graph. Now, if you have no idea what this code is doing, feel free to go back and watch the previous video. We explain all of it. We break it down nice and simple. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to assume that you already have a plot and you just want to change some of the elements within it. Now, the way that we change the appearance of textual information like subtitles or titles in the R programming language is by using the plus sign and then typing THEME. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to essentially be a container. All of the different information within our plot is going within this theme command. So to change a specific element, what we need to do is two things. Number one, we need to tell R, what are we even working with? What element do you want me to change? And then we have to tell it, okay, now that you know the element, these are the changes that I want you to make. So let's suppose we want plot.title. And we want to change it. Let's suppose we want to change the color, right? The way that we do that, we've already told it, work on the plot.title. We want you to change the text, right? So ELEMENT. We want to change the element text. And then what you'll notice is that it gives us a list of different things that we can change. So size, position, all of these things. Now, if you don't know all of the different things you can change, just go to your help tab, type in element text, and it will give you a list of all of these different aesthetics that you can change. But let's just keep it simple. We want to change the element text and we want to go to color, and let's go with purple, PURPLE. I like purple. It's a beautiful color. Boom, right there, the title becomes purple. Now, if we wanted to change multiple elements all at once, we can do that as well. So we've already changed the color to purple. Let's go with size, SS. Let me find the right key, SIZE equals, and let's go with 15. You can see that now we have changed the color and the size all at once. Okay, but I said we can change multiple elements. Let's suppose we also want to change the subtitle. How can we do that? Well, let's go with PLOT. .sub subtitle, and again we are working with element underscore text. Now keep in mind there's other things we can change, right? So we've got element underscore rect, we've got element underscore line. These are all additional things we can change, but they're for a different video. They don't really pertain to what we're doing today. So everything that we're doing in today's video is under element text. And again, let's suppose on this we want to do color equals green. And I know this isn't going to look really good together, but it is what it is, right? It just shows you the example. So the key takeaway here is that we can change element by element. So we have to tell it what element to change, and then we can make multiple changes at once. If we want to change multiple elements, we just separate them by a comma, and we're good to go. Now, I don't want to type all of this out at once, but I do want to show you all of the different options that you can change. So we're going to create a plot, and then basically what I've done is I've commented out this code. So anytime you see a hashtag in the R programming language or a pound sign, that code is not going to run. So when I run this code, it's just going to be our basic thing. So let me show you all of the things. Now, we've already went over changing color and changing size, so I don't need to show you those again. But we can also change the font family. So let's suppose we don't really like this basic font. We can go family and then we have to type inside of the quotation marks the font family that we want. Now, there are tons of different font families. You can install additional fonts, you can do a lot of different things, but by default, there are 3 font families that you will always have access to. Those are sans, serif, and mono. So let's suppose we want to go with serif. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. We're kind of in a Times New Roman font now. And again, like I said, we are changing this with the title. We could do the same thing for the subtitle, everything like that. So we've also got the ability to change the face. So the family is the different font style, right? So Times New Roman, Calibri, things like that, right? The face is the appearance of that specific font. So we can go with 4 different options. We have plain, we have italic, we have bold, and we have bold.italic. And again, when we are putting this in, we have to put it inside the quotation marks. So now we have got change the color to red, change the size to 15, change the family to serif, and change the face to bold italic. As I mentioned in the previous video, we can also adjust the positioning here. So HJust stands for horizontal. So this is going to move it left to right. And you have 3 options. So 0 is going to be all the way to the left. 0.5 is going to be centered. And then 1 is going to be all the way to the right. So in most cases, you're probably going to want to do 0.5, right? That's going to move the title over to the center. We can also do the same with the vertical adjustment. So again, 0 is going to be on the bottom, the middle is going to be 0.5, and then the top is going to be 1. So let's go ahead and let's see what this does. So that didn't really do a lot. That was maybe my default position. Let's go ahead and do that. So it moves it just a little bit. To be honest, I'm not really seeing a lot with the VJust here. Keep in mind it is an option. That might be a little bit more beneficial if we're working with something that's off to the side of the chart. Again, I don't really use VJust that much, but it is there for you. Okay, now we've got the angle. Now the angle is in degrees. So that is from 0 to 360. Let's go with 25. Let's see what that looks like. Obviously, it doesn't look that good, but I'm just showing you it is something that is possible for you to change. Now, line height here, let's go ahead. You know what? I'm actually going to back this out so we can see the changes here a little bit. Let's go ahead and run line height. And let's see what happens if we change that. I'm not really seeing a big difference here. Keep in mind, I'm showing you every potential feature. Not all of these are going to apply to the specific element that we're working with, right? I'm just going through showing you the syntax for them. And then last thing I want to show you is the margin. Now, the margin is essentially putting padding around this element. So let me run that. Look what we have now. When we run it, you'll notice that there is more white space around that title. Now, we can specify 4 different margins. So we've got top, we've got bottom, we've got right, and we've got left. Now, the units are important because we can specify it in centimeters, we can specify it in inches, we can specify it in millimeters, or we can specify it with PT, which I think is for points, but I'll look it up and I'll put a note in the video. I'll add a little screenshot. So I think it's points, but I'll mention it if I'm wrong. So yeah, that is basically all of the different things we can adjust for each textual element. Now keep in mind, every single thing we did here, right? So all 7, 8, however many of these there are, we could do that for the subtitle. We could do that for these axes as well, right? We can change as much as we want to change. So the cool thing here, you can make this as complicated or as simple as you want. In my personal opinion, the most important, the one that you're going to use most often is simply HJust. So that'll do the majority of the work for you, but R is a pretty powerful language. It's got a lot of features and I think it's cool to be able to use all of them. So with that being said, I hope you found the video useful. I do appreciate you watching and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.